Alright, we're back to a Minneapolis Wolves stream, and I believe this is the first one since I switched over to the PS5. It's been a while, lots happened, kind of had an up and down season this year. Really big loss streak at the beginning of the season, a really big win streak in the middle and end of the season. Ended up getting the #1 seed, and then our playoff journey has been an interesting one. So far, it has been really just up and down. So we started off, you can see there on the left side, started off against the Minnesota Wild in the first round. Swept them 4-0, really nothing super close by any means. I mean, not that the Wild are bad, but they just didn't pose much of a threat to us. Just kind of rolled right through that. We're going to toggle back. First game, 5-2 win, pretty easy. Second one, they gave us some trouble, 4-3 overtime win. Third one kept it close, 3-2. Again, fourth game, 3-2 overtime win. So it wasn't like they were horrible by any means, but we were able to capture 4 straight W's. And then because we captured that so fast and so many games were taking a really long time in round #1, we had over a week off before we played the Avalanche in round 2. So our well-rested guys came out and captured a 2-0 victory in game 1 against the Avs. Then we won 4-2 in game 2, went to Colorado, won 3-2 in overtime, and then took care of business in game 4, not even close, 5-1 W against Avs. So that brought us to the Western Conference Finals, and that went a little differently for us. Started off with a 4-2 loss against the Oilers. They came out strong. We clapped back with a 5-3 win, and then we went to Edmonton, and they came in and won in overtime, 4-3. And then in game 4 in Edmonton, they won 3-2. So we were down 3-1 against Edmonton, went back home, got a convincing 5-1 win. Followed that up with a 6-1 win in Edmonton, forced the game 7, and that one, I gotta tell you, was one of the best and most stressful games I've ever played. Went down early, tried to claw our way back in multiple times. We were down 4-2 with 6 minutes left to go in the game on the penalty kill. Down 2 goals on the penalty kill, and we're able to score a shorthanded goal on just kind of fluky play. Ended up killing the rest of that penalty and getting a goal before regulation ended, forced overtime, and scored shortly into overtime to send us to the Stanley Cup Finals. And that started off beautifully for us. 7-0 win against the Flyers. Everything was rolling for us in that game. They just couldn't stop us. Every shot seemed to go in. And on the backside, our defense and our goalie played phenomenally. I mean, I was baffled. I have no idea where that came from. That was probably our best playoff performance in all 19 seasons of this franchise. And, you know, it kind of gave me this false sense of security of, oh, this might be a lot easier than that stressful Oilers series, because the Oilers were really, really good. Well, the Flyers then made it close in game 2, but we still pulled out the 3-2 overtime victory. Sent the series back to Philly, and there we lost in overtime this time, and followed that up with a 3-2 regulation loss in the last game. So this is kind of reflected a lot of what our previous series were like. I mean, this series itself is kind of a reflection of the rest of our playoff journey so far. Started off fairly easy and has gotten difficult toward the end. So we now have 3 games. We need to win 2 of them. Not all of them are guaranteed, obviously. If we lose this next coming game, we have to win the next 2. If we win this one, then one of the next 2 has to be a W. It's going to be interesting. This game that we're about to play here is at home. And with that, it actually brings me into the next kind of important piece of why I'm streaming today. Gavin Pelley here. I'm going to go to the playoff stats here. Gavin Pelley, who's put up 14 points in 17 games. He's 38 years old. He is in his 19th season. He is the only player in the current lineup that has actually played every single season with the team. He's the team captain. He has been almost since the beginning. I want to say probably at least 17 of those 19 years he's played, he's been the captain. But as you can see, he is dropping off severely. He's an 81 overall now. Still has most of his speed. I mean, he's a 96 speed. He's still got good acceleration and agility. His endurance is starting to wear down. His shot isn't as great as it used to be. But, I mean, the dude's still producing. I don't know what the formula is for this game. I've seen people play to like 42. I think maybe I saw someone that was 43 years old, and I feel like that person had to have been playing somewhere between 18 to 20 seasons, if not more. I mean, that's a minimum guess. So I think there's potential for him to still have a maximum of 4 to 5 more seasons. I think that is the ceiling, the absolute ceiling of what I've seen in this game. I will say I don't know that I've ever, in any sports game I've played, seen a player go 20 seasons. I know that it's something that happens regularly. Well, not regularly, but it has happened several times in real life with people like, you know, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, and I mean, across all sports, you see it. Yager, obviously a big example in hockey. So, I mean, you definitely see people playing for a long time if they've still got it. I think this game does a combination of it drops your overall rating as you get older, but then it kind of balances it with your performance. And if you continue to perform at a high level, then you don't drop down as quickly. Now, Pelley's been like anywhere from like an 85 to an 87 at his peak, and most recently he's been about an 85, so 81 is actually as low as he's been probably almost ever. So he has dropped off big time. But last year he was pretty low. I think he went down to like an 83, and he got back up around an 85 by the end of the year, and now he's down to an 81. So again, a lot of peaks and valleys, where his performance is kind of trying to counteract his age. So I have no idea what's going to happen this offseason. But as of right now, Gavin Pelley could have anywhere from 2 to 3 games left in his career, and I want to capture what could be the last one at home for him. And, you know, even if it isn't his last home game, or if it's not his last game period, I'd like to get at least one of his last 3 potential games on film. If he's back next season, then great. Then we'll see a lot more of him next season, and we'll probably continue to stream and have him included in that. I'm really hoping he's back. I would say, if I had to wager a guess, I think I'm like 60% sure he'll be back, but I wouldn't be surprised if he retires. I'm just leaning a little more toward he'll play one more year, but we'll see. So with that, let's just take a quick look so that we can see what we're dealing with as far as the matchup today. For those of you that have not been paying attention, I'm gonna scroll down to Philly here. Philadelphia, I believe this is their 3rd or 4th Cup appearance in the last 6 years. So they have been a regular team here, but their team is looking a little different than normal. So, honestly, compared to some of the teams that have been in the playoffs, this team is really not great overall, as far as they're not very top-heavy with their offense. That's one of the big themes I see with a lot of the good teams. They have really good defensive players, they have really good goalies, but a lot of them also have some top-end talent, at least the first line, if not, 2-3 lines deep. This team's really different. They're all very average, and that can be good and it can be bad, because they're not relying heavily on one group of guys to score, but they can get goals throughout the lineup. It's just kind of inconsistent, and you see that with the results of the series so far. One game we absolutely blanked them 7-0. The other games they're kind of keeping it close. So you've got Lucas Healy, Guy Burroughs, and Vitaly Nesterov. Nesterov actually, I believe, leads the entire playoffs right now in points. So again, these guys are 85 to 83. They're not that great, but these guys are seasoned veterans, 27, 28, 35. Gillis here has been a terror. He's been a long-time Colorado Avalanche player. I believe he came over in a trade. We'll get to more of that later, because their goalie Carlton, I believe, is part of that trade. But he's kind of a big... he's listed as a playmaker. He seems kind of like a power forward. He's 6'2", 205. Big body. He's kind of a nuisance. He gets on the board a lot with that size of his. He's been a thorn in our side when he's been playing for the Colorado Avalanche in our division matchups. And now here we see him again in the Stanley Cup Finals. He is a wing for Reginald Percy. And then on the other side, you got Juljevic. Again, their whole team, on average, is about 30 years old. You get down to Grewal, who's 26. He's a really physical player. Break Cruz was on our team to start the year. We traded him away. The dude isn't bad. We just didn't have room for him. Weren't going to be able to re-sign him. He has some solid potential. He's 23 and an 80 overall. He's providing some good depth for them, some good youth. He'll get a lot better after this season. I can guarantee that. And then you got Alenko, who's 28 again. Then you got Voros, 28. Nikas is 38. And Gormley at 30. So, again, average age on their team, about 30 years old on the offense. Here's where they're a little bit stronger. You got Thomas Malmstrom, again, part of that Break Cruise trade. He used to be on our team last year. Really, really physical defenseman. He's still really physical on the Flyers. He's leading the postseason in hits right now. Again, he's 23 with elite potential. He is, not done progressing by any means, so he's going to be a lot better. Zednik, on the other hand, he's been kind of a thorn on our side. He's been jumping up into plays, but he's a veteran, 84 overall, and he's 33. You got Hedberg, 28. McNeely is 29. Barlow's been on their team for a while. He's pretty solid, but he's starting to get a little older. He's 31 at 81 overall, and then Zubov is 35 at 81. This defense is one of the more solid ones that you'll see in the league. Again, not a ton of top-end talent, but Malmstrom is really young, has a lot of experience with us in the playoffs, and obviously now is helping to lead this team into the playoffs. I think they made him a captain, because between the offense and the defense, he's tied for the best player overall that they have. But here's the real reason why they've gotten as far as they have. Carl Carlton, what a name. 6'3" goalie, 90 overall. This dude is getting it done for them. Obviously not in game one, but the rest of the games, he's held us to 2 or 3 goals. So we got to try and do something to get by him, help our goalie out, give him a little bit better chance. Again, Carlton is a leftover from the, or not leftover, he was part of that trade from the Colorado Avalanche. So glad to have him out of the division, not glad to be playing against him right now in the Stanley Cup Finals. So here we look at our team real quick, and you see, man, these guys have seen better days. Conklin's still an 88, but he's been a 90 or 91. He's 36 years old now. Pat Glencross is 35. He's down to an 82 overall. Gavin Pelley, 38 and 81 overall. It kind of feels like the Penguins in real life with, like, Malkin and Letang and Crosby. I mean, those guys are the core. They're getting up there into their late 30s. That's what it feels like with these guys. They've been so good for us for so long, but they're just kind of in their twilight years. Still have a few good years from Conklin and Glencross, hopefully. I don't know how much more Pelly's got in the tank, though. Then you look to this line. This line's kind of our future. You got Lucas Galvin's 22, Luke Roy's 22, Earl West is 20. West is in his rookie year. Galvin and Roy are in their second year, and they're already 82, 84, and 86 overall. I mean, just on our top 2 lines alone, Conklin and Roy are better than anybody on the Flyers at all. Galvin is just a point behind him in the ratings, at least. And as you can see here, West is 6'3", 97 speed. Galvin, 6'4", 92 speed. Luke Roy, 6'4", 99 speed. These guys are not only big, but they are fast. So they are really just difficult to work with if you're the other team. They have some really great chemistry. I'm looking forward to them being kind of a mainstay line for the next few years as these other guys kind of phase out. And then just to give some depth and give a new look, I didn't want to break up this line. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, well, Andrew Claxton's the best person on your team. He's a 95. Why isn't he on your first line? Well, it's because of the way that your chemistry kind of works and the play styles work. So Mario Desharnais has been bumped. He's still so good. He's 33 years old. Obviously not quite as good as he's been in the past, but he's 33. He's an 87 overall. Claxton is 27 and a 95 overall. And then you got Graham Sanford, who's a rookie, 21 years old at 75 overall. Sanford's 6'5", Desharnais and Claxton are both 5'10". So Sanford gives some size to this otherwise pretty small lineup. It's just been going really well with these guys. Desharnais is an amazing playmaker. Claxton can either pass or shoot incredibly well. And Sanford's just going to do the dirty work for this line. He's going to get down low. He's going to take the hits. He's going to dish out hits. Pretty good compliment to them so far. And then you got Jaden Carlson, Riley Hallwig, and his brother Calvin Hallwig on the fourth line. These guys are doing exactly what I need them to do, which is getting some good zone control. They're great penalty killers. Don't produce a ton of points, but I mean, what they do produce is incredibly valuable. And then if you look at our back end, we are actually missing Michael Klein. Klein has been injured twice in the series. Is weird because Philadelphia was headhunting him, it felt like, because he got hit several times in game 2 and left the game, didn't come back, came back for game 3. They hit him more times, which I've never seen somebody get targeted so badly. He went out in that game and he wasn't back for game 4, and he won't be back for this game. So Chris Kavanaugh's going to take his spot as a defensive defenseman on that third pair, along with Franklin Davis, who's offensively minded, so that'll kind of balance out. Otherwise, the top 2 lines are the same. You got Joel Villette, who may just be the playoff MVP if we end up winning it. I mean, the dude's just a beast on both ends, and he's leading my team in scoring, and just also tied with Malmstrom on the Flyers for best plus-minus in the playoffs. J.C. Curry, 36 years old, down to an 84. He might be shortly behind Gavin Pelley on the retirement trail. But then again, we've got 27 and 28-year-old Darcy Nichols and Philip Cummins, who are 90 and 87. Obviously, these two guys are technically better than Curry and Villette, but these two have been our mainstay, just like our first line on offense. So until these guys retire and stop producing, I don't care about the overalls. I don't care if these guys are better. I'm just glad that I have 4 defensemen that are that good. The overalls on my guys are way better than the Flyers. The Flyers are really overachieving, that's for sure. And then in goal, I got Francois Boudreau, who might be the best goalie overall I've had in this franchise. I think Pushkarov might have gotten to 90 at one point. Koskaranta might have gotten up there, but I mean, this kid's in his second season. He's an 89 overall. Just an amazing ceiling for him. He's been playing really, really well. He's gotten us to this point, and I just have to hope that he outduels Carlton in tonight's game. This is a big one. Let's get it going. I know that was a long intro, but we need this game so bad. We'll see what we get going here. Got to get off to a quick start. Got to play some defense and get some by Carlton.
Greetings, everyone. Along with Eddie Olczyk, Mike Emmerich at the best time of the year, the Stanley Cup playoffs and the final series, which has gone from a best-of-7 to a best-of-5 to a best-of-3. What do you think the home team is thinking here?
Just worry about Game 5. Yes, they have 2 of the next 3 possibility in their own building, but worry about Game 5. They can take stranglehold of this series by winning Game 5.
And now we turn to the last lines of
defense. Yeah, look at that stat line for Boudreau. I mean, he's been so solid for us.
Really large in the net, doesn't give the opponent much to shoot at, hoping to come up big for the home team. Carlton's the other Union rep.
Carlton is equaled his numbers, if not better. It is going to be a really, really difficult battle here.
We have a thrilling evening of hockey ahead. This Stanley Cup final game is underway. Mike Emmerich here, Eddie Olczyk next to me, and Ray Ferraro down near the ice. Carries it to the corner. Up to the point. Takes that pass off the boards. Chip down. Snapped up that right wing. Curry. Goes to the backhand.
That's a good back check by Malmstrom there.
Passing one off now to Nesterov.
Alright. Well, it was a good first shift by the Flyers. Kept it in our zone to get a shot, but kept my top line from getting any real scoring threats.
You're going to be on the losing end.
Philadelphia's got that puck off the draw.
I know that there's some people that play this game or other sports games, and you know, their whole strategy is just put the best guys together, put them, you know, on your top line and let them play as much as you can. I mean, for me, best guys isn't who's best overall necessarily. It's who's got the best chemistry, who produces the most, who works best together, and you know, it's one of those things where if I can do stuff like take Andrew Claxton, for example. He had been playing with Luke Roy and Lucas Galvin, and you know, had been on that second line when there were some injuries happening. And as I'm talking, Philip Cummins gets a boarding call, which I guess, but that's huge for Philly because not only is it a big power play opportunity, but also Philip Cummins is one of my best penalty killers, so double whammy for us in a not so good way. But anyway, so I mean, you know, I had Claxton on that second line with Roy and Galvin. He was doing really well, was producing great, but throughout the playoffs, no matter how good we were doing as a team, our third line was just struggling. Desharnais, no matter who I put him with, he's a huge playmaker. He makes everyone around him better, but just wasn't getting the production out of them that I would like to get. And it's, you know, it's just so tough because Desharnais on most teams probably is a first-line center. On my team, probably deserves to be a first-line center as well. But just some of the other guys that I have deserve an opportunity, and they play better with other people. So, and it's better, like I said, for depth to have him lower down to kind of balance us. So when I got some people back from injury, I decided to move Claxton down to the third line because he and Desharnais have always played well together. When you get two big skill guys like that together, it usually goes pretty well. They kind of feed off each other. And then it took a little bit to figure out who the third person on that line should be to balance them out. I called Graham Sanford back up from the minors when there was some injuries that left an opportunity for us, and it's been going really well since then. So gives me 3 lines of scoring threat. Honestly, the fourth line's been doing just fine for a fourth line as well. They've probably been getting the most sustained zone time in the offensive zone, which is weird. The results haven't quite been there, but those guys, the 2 Hallwig brothers and then Carlson, they're big, strong boys. They're really good down low. They cycle the puck really well, but you know, just don't have quite the scoring skill that some of the other guys do. It's a really good stick there by West to block it and send it up over the net. Alright, we're getting through this power play so far without much trouble, but I don't want to jinx it. Alright, that's huge.
Minneapolis in control of the puck up the wing. And he picks it up. Good work with the stick.
Trying to lay some hits down on their big scoring guys without getting another penalty.
Gets in, looks over his options here.
Kind of tire them out. It's nice because, like, when you hit people, it takes away their stamina, and that just means that they don't get, oh my god. That was a good opportunity. Oh my goodness, we need to get this puck out, get the lines back together, get some control going. Alright, let's get it out.
Can he generate something?
Glenn Cross.
The puck is seized by Glenn Cross. And ripped to Davis. Lets it go. That hits somebody. He's got that at center. From the outside.
That's a good block by Davis.
On in the defensive zone. And the heat's taken off by the clear.
Ooh, good stick by Malmstrom. He's probably done that in practice so many times to Conklin in the past.
Good job with the stick. He imposed his will. Yep, shot back out. All's fine.
Oh, good stick there to knock it away from Pelley.
At an angle to Davis. Wonderful stop.
create better opportunities than that. Great save.
I'm going to get the second line out there since we got an offensive zone face-off. These guys are big and strong and fast. Let's see if we can get some offensive production out of them. They've been so strong in the playoffs, especially this series. Some good sticks by the Flyers to disrupt those passes. There's an offsides, and since we're in the neutral zone, I'm going to go back to the fourth line since they're well rested. Philly's playing their fourth line, so.
The Flyers with a center ice face-off win. Great take, dangerous area. Using the point, he's got it.
There's a nice bother by Calvin Hollig.
Pass ahead in stride. Great opportunity.
Good back check.
But the pass didn't connect. Shoots one. Can't get it on net.
Well, that's a good scoring chance. He's trying to be too fine, trying to pick the corner. Sometimes you've just got to shoot it at the middle of the net.
These guys are back checking really well. Oh, there we go. Nice poke check by Riley Hollig to get it.
He will go back with this one.
Offsides.
Takes it right back. Shot on goal. Oh, what a glove he's got there. A little past halfway here in the first.
Jeez, they've won 8 of the 9 face-offs so far. This is not good.
Defensive zone win. Very important if he can clear this.
That's one of the strengths of my team is the center depth, so it's kind of frustrating when, you know, a team with not as strong of players at center is beating you on face-offs. Oh! Davis with a long wrister gets all the way through and beats Carlton. We need that. That's huge. Honestly, Davis needs that because Davis is the one that kind of fumbled on defense in a couple of our last 2 games, and that led to some pretty big goals for the Flyers that gave them the opportunity to win against us in the last 2 games. So it's good for Davis's confidence, and good to see him producing on this end for us.
I was hoping, Doc, that we were going to get that first one.
Solid win at center ice. Now what? It's dumped in. Puck now possessed by Glencross. Simple play, made well, strong defense. The Flyers wheel one ahead up the wing. Muscled down to one knee. Pass attempt to Davis. And
yeah, it was a little too soon into the zone. The playoff beard in full effect for Jared Conklin. He's not only clean shaven, but he can grow a heck of a beard in the playoffs.
Good job on the draw. He could start some danger here.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
Wants the shoulder of the corner here. Puck loose, couldn't drag it through.
Nice stick by Russ.
Nicely into the zone. Terrific glove save.
Let's go. Roy with the shot, gets his own rebound and puts it in. That's big. That's just a bad play by Carlton, to be honest. Nothing too special on our end. Did a little line rush. Roy's got a really nice shot. Yeah. It was a tough one for Carlton to save, and then he tried to lunge to cover it up, and as he's lunging, Roy gets there first and just puts it by him. And this is what I'm talking about with his second line. These guys are big, they're strong, they're fast. So you got West Drive in the middle, leaves it for Roy. Now Roy's got a ton of room, so the defenseman starts cheating over, but Roy's got a nice shot. Now I don't expect this to beat Carlton by any means because he's a really good goalie, but Roy's shot is a really difficult one, and it's a nice save from Carlton at first, but in such an awkward spot, and you can see he tries to lunge for it. Roy gets there first, and since Carlton's kind of almost in a prone position there after that lunge, Roy's able to get it and bury it. So 5 shots for us, 2 goals. Flyers have 6 shots and no goals. Great start.
Good use of the stick, broke that pass up. Gets in and he'll look over his options. Attack zone possession here. Great stick there.
Good defense.
He's got that pass at the point. Redirected.
That's a good block. Oh, that came out of the zone.
Minneapolis in their own end has control of the puck.
Smooth by Desharnais.
Picks it up back there.
We got a penalty.
And now we'll hear the call.
On us?
Minneapolis will be boxed for 2
What did
minutes.
Sanford
The
do?
ball is high sticky.
Watch the player's hands come up with his stick.
Dude, why?
An easy call for the official.
That wasn't even me. Like, that was so far away from the play. Why would... Okay. Why are you slashing or trying to lift a stick of someone that's nowhere near the puck? Oh my god. I don't know what Boudreaux was doing. He started to slide over to, like, get ready for the pass, and it hits off his leg pad and deflects him. What a mess of a play right here. Just kind of threw it out front.
Because he doesn't hit it solidly, the goalie is fooled on it.
I don't know what he was trying to do there. I mean, so there's Boudreaux out front. This is one thing that I kind of hate about this game sometimes, is the way they play things on the post. Like, watch this. He's hugging his post, and then it comes out, and he's already playing it like it's going to beat him. And, like, he's tracking the puck to, like, move across the crease instead of just, like, making a play. And sometimes just the goalie AI is really dumb in that regard. Like, just use your stick and, like, deflect it away. But instead he starts turning like he's going to try and play the pass, and it hits off of his scapelet and deflects in. And, God, that's brutal.
Very important first period goal. They're back to within one.
Oh, the penalty's brutal, the shot's brutal, and a really perfect start to the game is now kind of a little sketchy here now.
Nicely done with the interception. And that one pitchforked right back into the corner. That was the wall that stopped. Gets it in a good place.
A board battle, and Barlow somehow comes away with that, even though his stick was knocked out of his hand. Oh, God. This is what's tough about having your third D pair out there. Like, Galvin and Roy, their line, they've been together all year long. The third winger on this line has changed a few times during the season, but those two together have had an incredibly good offensive and defensive year. Their plus-minus is insane. They don't give up goals. They score a lot of goals, but, I mean, their defense is really solid, so I'm glad that they're out there with the third D pair. Oh, Pelley almost had a beautiful pass to Glenn Cross, but it got blocked. He would have been in all alone in the slot. Oh my God. That was one of those examples of almost a play where we made it worse by poking it away from the player. That's probably, oof, that could have been boarding, I feel like. Ooh.
Nearing the last minute of play in the first. Save!
Let's go. Conklin throws it out front. Carlton with a weak kick save. And Carlson, for my team, right there, puts the rebound back. 2 bad rebounds given up by Carlton today, and we'll take full advantage. That was close. Carlson was about to get hit right as he did get hit, but got the shot off before he took the hit. Split second later, and he doesn't get that shot off. So there's an assist for Gavin Pelley. Kind of our focal point of this video. I mean, I wanted to stream. It's been a while. Like I said, I switched over midway through the season from PS4. I transferred it to the PS5 when I got that, and this is my first official stream, I believe, since getting the PS5. So, the Hollick brothers almost connected on one there.
6 remaining. Off a defender, that's a free. 2 seconds and 1.
Alright, well, sloppier first period than I would have liked. I was happy when we were up 2-0. The rest of the first period kind of went a little strangely, but still end up with a 2-goal lead after all of that. And I'll take it. That's huge. I don't expect it to be this high scoring throughout the game. Carlton's given up a couple bad rebounds. That's kind of just one of those things where, I mean, sometimes goalies have bad days. Like, sometimes they're just a little off. They're a little slow getting to stuff. They give up rebounds that they don't normally give up. So it could be one of those days for Carlton, but otherwise it could just be two really bad situations for him that we're capitalizing on. We'll see if it continues to happen, because then in that case it might just be an off day for him, which obviously we need to take full advantage of. But if it's anything other than that, then we just need to capitalize on our opportunities, which we're doing so far.
Back and forth they go between the points. What a save, considering the shooter, that's usually in.
Philadelphia is very fortunate.
Yeah, there's Nesterov. He just got his 12th goal, so he's leading the playoffs in goals, like I said at the beginning of the stream. I might have said points. I don't know if he's also leading in points, but he's definitely leading in goals. Man, these guys are guarding the point really well.
Back in the defensive zone. Dumped in. Puck picked up here. Takes that pass. Good place to shoot from.
Ooh. I don't know if Carlton saw that right away. It kind of froze him. And there we go. Villette tied with Zednik for the Flyers now. Malmstrom must have taken a minus at some point, because he's just one below them, but those guys are leading the way for plus minus in the playoffs right now.
Two sticks together, they cancel. Minneapolis moves with it up the wing. Shot on. Missed on the shot. The Flyers have gotten to center ice. And now it's directed to Gillis. Pass cut. Minneapolis carrying on up the wing. Picked up.
And this is what I mean by Davis. He likes to jump into the rush as a defenseman. He was all the way down below the goal line on that one.
Good grab again. Gaining space. Maybe
oh, no. Oh, man. Okay, I need to watch that back on the replay. So, let's go back. So this gets sent around the boards. It was Sanford sends it around the boards. I tried to wait for it with Claxton, because if I went straight to it, the defenseman was going to try and stick check him. So I was trying to wait for it to come around and just use our momentum to keep going. But really good poke check here to knock it away from Claxton. Then Davis pinches in against the, who is that? Yuljevic. And he stick lifts him. Yuljevic loses his stick. Tries to shove Claxton, but he has no stick to take the puck away from him. So Claxton stops and drops it back for Davis. And then watches, so Yuljevic goes back for his stick. Claxton kind of drifts back to the circle, and all of a sudden a lane opens up, and it's just wide open to the net. So Davis hesitates, to wait for Desharnais to drift toward the net. He gets a deflection, and Carlton got a piece of it. That's what happened. And then after Carlton gets a piece of it, it hits the post square. I saw that heading toward the net. I thought we had a goal there, but man, those guys are lucky. Those bounces worked out for the Flyers to keep them in this game. That would have been tough to come back from.
Spread in this one, 3-1. Quick work on the faceoff. Lets it go. Great point-blank save.
That was a good bunch. Honestly, I'm just going to keep throwing it at the net. Carlton seems to be struggling today, tracking the puck. His rebounds have been a little goofy. I mean, this is just not typical Carlton play. And like I said, I've played him a lot over the last few years, because he played with the Avalanche for, I think, like 3 or 4 seasons before. I believe he got traded this last season. Either in the offseason or before the trade deadline. I think it was the offseason, though. Pretty sure. Because he and he and Gillis were not on the Avalanche to start the season, and now they're on the Flyers, so I think they were part of a package deal. Oh, God. Glenncross gets mashed. I hope he's okay. Nope. Sounds like he's injured. That's really not good for us. Oh. There's nobody at our right point. It's okay, but I am worried about Glenncross because he got absolutely demolished there. And there's Nichols with a hit.
But man, when he lays the body on, the bench jumps to its feet.
Nice play with the stick. Nothing more will come. Banked right ahead.
I like that play. He had a little bit more of a risky option, but he went off the boards and bounced it safely to his partner.
Oh, great cut.
Let's go.
Gets in. What'll he do?
Damn.
Shoots with no time whatsoever.
Well, that turned out to be a lot better scoring opportunity than I thought. Oh my God. Oh. And there's nobody there again.
Picks it up in his own end.
Our lines are so messed up right now. We have a second liner, a first liner, and a fourth liner all out there. Now we're starting to get a little bit of cohesion here, but ooh, nice save. That could have been a good opportunity. Oh, Gavin Pelley draws a hooking call. And Pat Glenncross is not going to be there for the power.
The Flyers guilty of a minor penalty for using the stick blade. Just a hook.
The referees are looking for this. Anytime you stop skating and reach with your stick and pull on the opponent.
Real quick before we start this power play, I want to go back. There was an absolutely incredible cross-ice pass by Hallweg, and the second I let it go, I thought I was going to get intercepted, but the Flyers guy either missed it or fumbled it or something, and it still got all the way through. It was right here. So, puck comes around the boards. I got it with Hallweg. Could have dropped it to my point, but I saw Cummins drifting up, cheating up there. So I threw it across, and he got some good sauce on it. That's why, because I saw a Flyers player right there, and I was like, how did he not get it? But beautiful saucer pass to Cummins, and Cummins had a decent shot, but, I mean, Carlton got over quickly, and Cummins was getting hit as he shot it, so it wasn't a good shot at all. And then Galvin's right there, but it bounces over his stick. And then the swatting away ensues, and it gets knocked away. But, man, what a chance there. All right, let's see how this power play goes.
Feeds the point. Stays on side to the middle.
Yeah, these guys are so aggressive on their penalty kill. My power play has been pretty brutal against them. They are not afraid to get up on the point, and they've got really good sticks. Oh, let's go. Is that Claxon? I think it was. Yeah. And he's leading my team in goals in the playoffs. I think that makes him 4 behind the Flyers leader. What a tip. Oh my goodness. That's why you can't leave him alone out front. He's small, so he gets bullied normally, but all the defense just faded away. So, okay. This is a perfect example of... First of all, they got kind of messed up. So here's a line rush. Roy drops it to, or tries to drop it to Desharnais. Really good stick. Now look at this. You got a defenseman in front of the goalie with Andrew Claxon. Desharnais was trying to drive the net. He was waiting for the pass. Gets broken up, so he hits the brakes. The defenseman that makes the play steps up on Roy. Now you got a forward that's kind of starting to circle back to take the defenseman's spot, but then he turns around right here. And as Roy drops it to Nichols, look at this. You've got a forward in the slot, a defenseman in the slot in front of him. You got a forward on the other point where he's supposed to be. And then you got a defenseman guarding Desharnais. Well, what happens is Claxon drove the net, and then he kind of curled around on the back post there. Everybody lost track of Claxon. And now you got a defenseman who's kind of shadowing Desharnais coming into the shooting lane to try and block it. You've got another forward kind of where he's supposed to be far on the left there, and you got a defenseman and a forward in the slot. that are not where they're supposed to be, and they're a little confused, out of position. All those guys are clumped up in the slot. Darcy Nichols has an amazing wrist shot. So I was just like, okay, we're going to fire. And luckily it got through. It almost gets blocked by the defenseman who came all the way out to the top of the circle. But look at that. Because these guys are still out of position, when he takes the shot, all four of them clump up in the middle there. And Claxton's all by himself. And his hand-eye coordination is amazing. This isn't going to get deflected every time. And even if it does, it's not going to go in every time. But that time, Carlton has no chance. Beautiful play on our part, and we finally get a power play goal against these guys. That's been something that's been lacking. And I don't want to say it's over, but the Flyers have put up 2 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals, and 0 goals on us in this series. They have yet to score more than 3 against us, and they've only done that twice. The other 2 have been 2 or nothing, so... Nope, nobody's at the point. So I have faith right now. Oh my goodness. That was almost a beautiful play right there. And right now the way Carlton's playing, I'm not too worried about our chances. Oh, nice deflection by West.
Great extra effort. Got it
cleared.
Oh, there's another power play incoming.
Forks it to Carlson. Sends it back the other way. It's tipped. Pad save. Ooh, tough one there.
There's a high stick against the Flyers. They hit West in the face. And this is huge if we can capitalize.
An easy call for the official with the player's hands up and that stick coming up above the shoulder.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, the size and speed of that line, it's massive. Speaking of massive, we got Graham Stanford taking the face-off instead of Mr. Glenncross because he's out.
I agree entirely, Eddie. Let's see if they prove us right here.
Oh. Pelley drifted a little too far.
And he dumps it in. Must get it out.
The funny thing is that Malmstrom trade, the Malmstrom Break Cruise trade that sent those guys to the Flyers, I got Graham Stanford in that trade. He's the one that's currently filling in on the power play unit. Ooh, God, that was almost a really good short-handed opportunity for them.
Developing play right in front. Almost looks like he's too close to the goaltender.
One-timer.
Alright, let's get the second unit out there. Those guys are pretty tired. I'm surprised they put Sanford at center, but, I mean, he's a big body. He's not typically a center, but he's a good guy to have out front of the net.
That one is pointed to him. Snaps a wrister.
Ooh. That one hit Claxton's butt. Alright, a little over halfway done with the power play. Nothing so far.
Trying to get to center ice. And in flight over the line. On the outside,
ooh, good save.
Stands him up. Set out, and he'll make
That might just about do it. And you know what? Even if we don't get a... That wasn't the clear I was hoping for. Alright, so we're probably not going to get anything out of this as the power play winds down, but, I mean, that's... Honestly, I think they got more scoring opportunities than we did on that penalty kill. Oh, what a save!
Terrific stop from right in front of the net, but you got to find a way to put the puck in the net.
And an easy one. You saw that one the whole way, but holy crap. Are they going to show it? Yeah. Look at this pass. He slides across, makes an unreal save right here. Nice stretch. Carlson is patient and passed it to Roy. Roy got a nice shot off, but Carlton stretched and made that save. Keeping him in it. I mean, he's, I don't know, he's kind of struggling at the same time, but it's not completely his fault. They've been taking some bad penalties too.
dumped in. Gets behind the net. Does he have anybody in front? The Flyers starting back in their own end. Not a long pass, but effective. He's got it. Shoots. That shot came from just 6 inches. That's a solid play, and he keeps the attack going with this. Snapping a pass to Carlson.
Almost got Nichols destroyed there.
Ooh.
You don't see those type of collisions very
God, what a sequence there. And it ended up with Calvin Hallwig on his butt. Yeah, I like how Boudreau's seeing the puck right now. He's tracking it really well. Oof, man, Calvin Hallwig gets destroyed, and then another guy trips over him. Hopefully he's okay.
That's been the one key reason that his team's been able to hold on to this lead. He's faced a high percentage of top quality shots. He's stopped virtually everything.
Cleared out, and that forces them to drop back. And it's a good pickup.
Damn, that was a nice rub out by the defenseman for the Flyers, taking it away from Conklin, but they turn it right back over.
This one goes diagonally into the zone.
There's the speed of Gavin Pelley getting to the puck.
Nice tip of the pass. Around to the corner.
Oh, what an individual effort by Conklin. Oh my goodness. And that's why he's our superstar. Holy crap. I think Pelley will get his second assist of the game. Number 7 for number 7. I have no idea how that got in.
Like his positioning is perfect and he's got the net covered. Guess what? He doesn't.
The Wolves have built an enormous lead and some wonderful confidence here.
Joel Villette and Gavin Pelley on the assists. And this one was just pretty simply Jared Conklin's the best player on my team. So there's, like I said, let's back this up. So we get the puck because of a neutral zone turnover. This is just Gillis, honestly, like waiting for his teammates to get set. He loses the puck. Gavin Pelley kind of takes it from him, takes a hit, and then Curry's able to get it to Villette. Villette turns up ice. Now he dumps it across the ice. Gavin Pelley takes the straightest line possible, beats the defender to it, takes a hit along the boards, and then he gets pinned up against the boards, gets it to Conklin. Conklin waits, passes it back to Villette. It gets broken up, but Villette's able to get to it and send it right back to Conklin. Now look at this. They basically have man-to-man defense, kind of like in football. And at this point, Conklin's just got to beat his man. He's big and fast and strong, and he just protects the puck, keeps it away from his body. The defender can't keep up with him. And then he just waits for Carlton to come off his post and 5-holes him. Just a perfect shot. He did get a piece of it, I think. Yeah, it hits off of him. Still was able to squeak in there, but Conklin with a perfect play.
The coach probably won't have to
and I don't think they're coming back from this.
Period. And they've won the faceoff. Trying to go to Davis. Good intercept.
Well, offsides on Desharnais. All right, we got just under a minute left in the second period here.
The drama heightens in this final minute of the second period. Pitching this one to Nesterov.
Ooh, big hit from Sanford there on his former team.
Shoots it on.
Good block by Kavanaugh. Ooh.
Sticked away. Minneapolis leaves the defensive zone.
Dump it deep and let time run out in this period. Alright, that's huge. Big second period for us after a big first period.
Now look forward to the third.
And we set ourselves up well.
Philadelphia's goaltender has had one of those nights, and so this score is lopsided.
Big goal right there. That was the nail.
He gets a rest, and these words.
It's a big individual effort right there from Conklin. I mean, it was a really good play all around by him and Pelley and Vallette, but at the end of that play, that's just Conklin being stronger and faster than his opponent.
The Flyers are down as we get ready to start the third period. From my vantage point, Doc, they're lucky to still be in this game. They've turned the puck over way too many times.
That one dropped back into the opposite corner. Passing one off now to Nesterov. Looking to Burrows. Walking a thin line near the border there. Good hand to eye. And the reach of the stick. And he steps across the line. Muscled on.
Some good defense by Zednik there. And then he gets stapled.
Puck grab, what's next? Just a good rub out there. Kicked out of the scrum. That went off someone. Loose puck. Big point blank save there.
Flyers are getting some good opportunities, though. I gotta be real careful here not to let them back in, but luckily Boudreau's been up to the challenge.
Waits from the corner. Great stick work prevents the pass.
Wasn't the pass I was looking for, but
chip to Gillis. Pass attempt to Uljevich. Fires. Wonderful save. What skill by both goalie and shooter.
I think for the most part we're going to kind of try and dump and chase and wear them down. And not every time, but I don't really need a whole lot of scoring opportunities. I just need... Oh, God. Gillis was ready for that. I just need the clock to wind down at this point. Oh, man. That was a good save. They had Boudreau confused on that one. He was out of position, but he still made the save. Good defense. Ooh.
Looking from the corner. And now it's directed to Gillis. The stick can break up a play, and it just did. Has it picked up. The Flyers are moving the puck in their own end. Gains the zone. Back on his stick. Passed one right between the circles.
Oh, jeez. I mean, the first shot, that's a good save, but then the rebound was right there.
Nice stand-up poke check there. Dumped in. This takes a lot out of it.
Oof.
The Flyers luck that along up the wing. Got it right back. Outstanding save. Difficult opportunity.
You don't get many better opportunities than that. Great save.
Oh, he made him stumble.
Big hit on Riley Holweg there.
Philadelphia's carrying it on through the area between the blue lines. Moves up the wing.
Ooh, nice defense.
Let's see what happens. He's in on an onside play. Save.
Ooh, that one hit him in the face.
Can't get a shot on.
Oh, nice hit by Cummins there.
He takes that one right ahead. Good pass.
Ooh, good block. Oh. I wasn't expecting that to ping pong his way over to Luke Roy, but Carlton was on top of it.
Minneapolis can't expect another save like
that was, he had half a net wide open. He had Boudreau going from right to left, and he was able to kick his right leg out and stop that still, but
it has been more lopsided than anyone thought. 5-1. Good clean win on the draw. Two sticks together, it goes to the offense.
Oh, man.
The Flyers have it up the wing.
Luke Roy lost that and couldn't corral it.
Not a hard hit, but effective. Good, solid defensive
Good
play
defense by Curry. But he can't corral it. There we go.
Minneapolis shifting from defense to offense, but in neutral ice.
Ooh.
Took that wrist shot.
That's a good shot, but a great save by Carlton.
A whistle and a rest.
Minneapolis is going to have to change the light bulbs in the score clock if this point streak continues much longer. Every night he seems to throw another goal on the board, get a couple assists. They are reaping the benefits of the league's most hot player.
Off the face-off, he ties his man up, and so the puck goes to his team. Back on his stick. Great take, dangerous area. Lets it go.
Ooh.
Minneapolis hasn't done anything even remotely wrong.
Waffle
Ooh,
boarding.
that's a good save on a Gavin Pelley shot
Nicely
there.
received at the point.
Oh.
Better be careful with
Dang.
it here.
It could have been a good scoring opportunity if Galvin could corral it, but he couldn't.
Knocked it away with the stick. Moving it now in center ice. Thrown in.
Nice line change in here.
The Flyers want to generate something up the wing. Sends to the point. Through the corner. Fires. Oh, that was close.
Oh, nice save.
Oh, if you're a
Biggest
shooter, you
thing
wanna
in
see
this
the goal
period
to
is just that
flash
we've
stuff like
been
that.
keeping the puck in play for the most part. Not a lot of stoppages, and the time's just bleeding away, and that's huge. There's a lot of flow right now to the game. I like it. We're doing a good job of controlling.
Nice face-off work. He gets that pass ahead in stride. And he dumps it in. The Flyers are looking to make a play out of their own zone. It's an onside play.
Ooh, nice hit by Cummins. Knocks the puck outside the zone. And with just over 5.5 minutes left, we still got that 4-goal lead. It's looking like it could stay that way.
Grabbed, the two centermen tied up, but there was a good reach there. A good stick there, so no complete pass. It's dumped in. The Flyers are skating it back in their own end.
Ooh, that was almost dangerous for the Flyers.
Stick, not very long, but good.
Oljevich lost that puck in the offensive zone. He stick-handled himself into submission.
Sent on further, they'll have to return.
Oh my God.
Chance, but it's off the iron.
Claxton jukes a guy and hits the post on
The
his shot.
Flyers look to make a difference up the wing. Carries it to
He
the
wanted
corner.
another one. Ooh, Gillis with a post. Telling you, Gillis is always a thorn in our sides.
Sliced down. Takes a shot.
Ooh, that had potential to be a nice scoring opportunity, but ping-ponged off of some of my guys in front.
Goes back deep for it. In front. Shot.
Oh.
Terrific shot, but a great point-blank save.
Seems like he was in too tight on the goaltender.
Oh, man. That was an errant pass, otherwise Curry would have had a good opportunity there.
Hammering his way up the wing at center. Mashed in. And they've got it again. Into another.
He might have seen him at the last minute to absorb that hit.
Took that pass right up the wing. Looks ahead to start
I
something.
kind of want to go back and watch that in a second.
Bad giveaway there. Shoots. Got his stick on it.
Oh,
Another
God,
save.
Gavin.
Great block. Looks for room. Collected at the boards. The Flyers have gotten out of their own end.
Wait for the next stoppage. It might be the end of the game, but
So we're into the last minute. All is academic here.
well, I got blocked. But
Dumped in.
that has the same effect.
The Flyers in their own end in possession. Cursed by a broken stick. Scooped up. Denied by the defense. Puck loose. Minneapolis carrying it in the defensive zone. Tip to the net. Oh, great save there. Not much room to work, but he got a good shot away.
You want to score
Oh,
goals,
Pelley
you have
almost
to
had
go
an
in this area.
opportunity.
You got to find a way to put it in the net.
Puck lost, knocked to a knee. The Wolves carrying it in their own end. to Curry.
Not going to be icing because Galvin gets there first. And we're one win away from another Stanley Cup now. Big W right there. Never really in doubt. We just need one more of those.
So as the tournament rolled on, energized play ended only by a final horn. Good night from all of us.
Nice tip in there by Claxon. Here's that individual effort play by Conklin. And there's that one that Roy had, the first shot save, and then the second shot goes in. That's the one that put us up 2-1 and the eventual game winner. So let's take a look at the stats. They ended up getting 25 shots, just one in. 34 shots for us, 5 goals. Both teams 1 for 2 on the power play. Faceoffs were even 17-17. And that's after part of the way through the first. They were up 9-1, so we won a lot more faceoffs. But honestly, that also tells us that there just wasn't a lot of faceoffs in the later half of the game. And yeah, I mean, time on attack, we had 2 more minutes than they did, so that's huge. 3 stars of the game were Conklin with a goal and assist and 3 hits, Luke Roy a goal and assist and 1 hit, and then Francois Boudreau just 1 goal allowed on 25 shots, 24 saves, 960 save percentage. I just want to go back real quick. This is going to be a little bit further back. There's around 2 minutes left to go in the game, and Luke Roy was on the ice. Or it was either Roy or Galvin, I can't remember, but somebody, actually it was Sanford, I think. It was one of our bigger guys. It was Sanford, I'm pretty sure. Decked Malmstrom, our former teammate from last year, and just made him like face plant into the net. It was right there. There it was. Let's watch it in like real time and then we'll go back and watch it in slow-mo. Boom, right in the net. Here's, this is not let me, there we go. Here's Malmstrom, passes it, and kind of turns and just eats it on the net right here. Boom. Yeah, that kind of stuns you. That couldn't have felt good. And Malmstrom's a big dude. I think he's 6'3" or 6'4", but Graham Stanford's 6'5". He's bigger. So, alright. Now we get to see how long Glenncross is going to be out. I'm hoping it's not too long. That's a big, big miss if we don't get him back. Broken nose. Oh no, he's going to be done for the rest of the season. This is what's tough. This is a difficult one. I'm going to put Desharnais between Pelley and Conklin. We're going to put... Man. I think we're going to put Carlson between Claxon and Sanford. I'm going to leave Carlson with the Holwig boys because that goes really well together. I'm going to bump Luke Roy back to his left wing side, put Claxon back on line 2. Earl West is technically a center, so I'm going to have him center with Sanford. And do I want Dimitrov or do I want Flat? I think we're going to put Dimitrov back in. So we're going to have Dimitrov, West, and Sanford. I could put Dimitrov at center. I like Earl West better as a center. Mainly because he's a little bit faster and he's bigger. and I just feel like he's got a better center size and style. Ooh, this is tough. We're going to do Desharnais on the top line. We're going to move Galvin to center that second line, and then I'm going to do, honestly, we're going to put Roe West in there because he's earned it. And he's a righty. We need a righty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take Roe West off the penalty kill, and we're going to put Dimitrov in there, since he's technically a center. So we're going to do Desharnais and Claxton. We're going to do Pelley and Conklin for, I mean, if we get to our 3-on-3 lines, I'll be impressed. There'll be a lot of penalties that would get us down to that, but let's just have them set. Alright, we'll simulate the next game. No Michael Klein, no Pat Glencross, but that's okay. We're going to have to do it without him. I'm going to save this real quick, make sure we don't lose any progress. Alright, and with that, we are now 1 win away from a cup. And potentially 2 games maximum away from the end of Gavin Pelley's career. We're not really sure. I mean, we'd like to win it and not have to play Game 7. I mean, it'd be nice for him to go out on top that way. If we have to win it at home, we have to win it at home. I really would hate to lose this next game and then lose at home for his last game, but you never know what's going to happen. So far, the series has been every home team wins their games, so we'll see what happens, but we're not going to do that on this stream today. So thanks for watching. We'll see what happens. I may or may not stream the next game. If not, we may stream the off season. And if we don't do that, we'll definitely stream next season, and you'll have to see what happens with the off season and who stays, who goes, who retires, who continues. We'll find out later. Thanks for watching.